The Vols are back.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown being. Look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a peon, kind of time we on. Jump roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do S class. I'm like, boo, you must ask. They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a hold up class. Get the gab, I talk that gap. Strut like up, man, I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, but they all get lit. Tell them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang when they drop in hit. Stand on the man, post stop, no miss. Over your head, next time don't slip. Play your part, better read that script. Yeah, I'ma walk like this.
Well, it's been a long off season, but it is officially game week, boys. Yeah, not many things feel better than this. I had your audio muted for a minute. I just unmuted it, so we're good now. Yeah, he just said there's nothing that feels better than this, which he's not, he's not wrong. I'll give him that much. Anyway, oi, fellow comrades, it is Squidtard here, along with...
Squidtier.
Yeah, no, ignore that one. But yeah, so you already know who I am, and of course my two co-hosts, Mr. Lucas Sharp and Julio Rodriguez, and welcome to another episode of the Vol Star Podcast. What is this, episode 54? So yes, indeed, we have come a very, very long way, haven't we? Very long way. We got Rocky in the chat, so we're popping off pretty good, I'd say. All right, well then, I feel like we should waste no time and get into some of the topics for today. Which are really, I mean, of course, we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to have some stuff to talk about for a long while now that the college football season's here. It's been a long wait. Very long way, so I'm really glad about the season being here, and we've got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it's definitely good that the season has officially started. We're now going to be able to have some actual stuff to talk about besides just talking about recruits and everything.
Facts.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like talking about recruiting, but just the on-season is like way better talking about games and making predictions and stuff.
Right. So, Julio, how you feeling?
Good.
Well said. All right, well then, let's go ahead and jump on into some of the stuff here for today. So, of course, like I previously mentioned, there's a lot to touch on. First of all, I do want to go ahead and congratulate my good man, Mr. Sifs, as he is now a permanent member of the Vol Star Podcast. Of course, we can't even inaugurate him into the show because he's not here. So, not a good start. Not a good start for Mr. Sifs.
Wow. Already a permanent member and couldn't even show up to his first episode as an official member?
Disappointing.
Fire the man immediately.
Yeah, I don't know. You may have to file a lawsuit like Florida State, man.
Yeah, we might need. Yeah, we probably do need to file a lawsuit against Sifs, everybody he's related to, and I don't know his dog,
and the entire state of Tennessee.
Yeah,
you can't forget about that either. But yeah, anyway, he'll probably be back next week. So I've already got a graphic set up for when we get 4 people in here and everything. It'll be great. It'll be fun. It'll be spectacular. But until then, we'll be waiting on him to return. I believe he's got to pick up his girlfriend. So yeah, we'll get him back next week. Anyway, so we officially at this point, there's only 5 days left until Tennessee football. So you already know on this show we're going to be previewing the first game of the season, that being, of course, the Chattanooga preview. So you already know. I'm pumped up about that.
Yeah.
Got a lot coming up for this week.
You know, guys, I think we should just pack it in. We said no chance against the Mighty Mocs.
Oh, yeah,
We
right.
don't. We don't. Chattanooga's too good.
Yeah, we're done for. GG's. It's been fun while it lasted. You know what's even worse? We got UTEP down the road. What are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do?
That's an easy win. UTEP's terrible, bro. I mean, if it was Central Michigan, it would be an L.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't get cupcakes like Central Michigan.
Oh, speaking of which, Central Michigan plays this Thursday, baby. Let's go.
Oh yeah, they do. So yeah, 3 days until Central Michigan loses their first game, and
no,
you already
Central
traded up
Connecticut is
$20.
about to get blasted.
For those of you who don't know, we do have a bet between the three of us. We picked 3 different meme teams. I picked UTEP, he picked Central Michigan, and this guy right here picked Rice. And we each put $20 in, and whichever of those teams has the best record at the end of the regular season gets paid that sweet, sweet, delicious money. So $60. So yeah, there is money on the line here for me. So I need UTEP to come up clutch.
I'm telling you, man, Joe Labus, Marion Luke's about to dominate the MAC.
Right, yeah, good point. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Not really, though. Not really, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. I know little to nothing about my own team, so.
The only reason I know some about the roster of Central Michigan is because I've played with them quite a bit on College Football 25.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did a Ball State dynasty recently. I've already won 2 natties with them. That's why I stopped the UTEP dynasty, because it got to the point where, I'm winning natties with UTEP and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I think we've reached a point of no return.
Yeah. I feel like most of them, once you win a natty, it's kind of, unless it's your favorite team, it's kind of, done.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can always just, see how far you can get. But
yeah, I still have my Coastal Dynasty going, even though I've already won 2 natties with them.
Right. But yeah, no, fun stuff. Still very fun stuff. All right, let's get into some of the actual news for this week. So, first things first on the list. There are quite a few things we got to talk about before we get to the meat of the show. But first off, our quarterback, the man of the hour, Mr. Nico Iamaleava, has announced he has signed an NIL deal with Beats by Dre. So that's another NIL deal for Mr. Nico. He signed it along with 10 other prestigious names in college football. So, yeah, not really much else. Not really much ground there other than that. But
yeah, at this point, Nico, even if he somehow doesn't make it to the NFL, he's still going to be set for life, it looks like.
Right. Yeah, right. Somehow, if he doesn't make it to the NFL, he'll be able to, make an early retirement. So,
yeah.
Shout out to him.
Him already making all this money. I'm quitting football.
Imagine he retires before taking 1 snap in the NFL.
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest bust of all time.
Yeah.
But anyway, of course, you talked about how, you talked about earlier in the show that you're tired of hearing about the recruiting news. We still got a bit more to talk about, including this drop of information right here. This madman right here, absolute unit, 4-star cornerback, Onis Conanbani, of the 2025 class, has committed to guess where? The University of Tennessee. Is a defensive back from Columbia, South Carolina, and is ranked as a top 300 recruit in the class of 2025. He's also the number 4 overall player in South Carolina, according to 247's composite rankings. And he chose the Vols over, guess who? Another L for these people, Florida State. So, shout out to Mr. Conanbani.
Yeah. Florida State taking multiple L's, man, which we'll talk about that later on in the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll get to the meat of that one. But yeah, no, another good corner to pick up from the squad. And that's kind of the big, that's kind of been the questionable spot on Tennessee is the secondary. Now, we could look back on this 3 years from now and say that Tennessee is the best cornerbacks in college football. But right now, anybody is good for me. So shout out to Conanbari for committing to the good guys. All right, next up on the list. So, of course, that's our recruit for the week. Not much else in recruiting news. Now, there is stuff to talk about with this guy right here. Vol for life in the NFL, Darrell Taylor has been traded to the Seahawks, traded from the Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks. He's going over to the Bears.
So Titans get to play him week 1.
Oh yeah. So he's being traded to the Bears, and in return, the Seahawks are getting a 6th-round pick for the 2025 NFL Draft. So, yeah, that's your trade details right there. Not much else to it.
Yeah. Oh well, happy for him, and also heard Hendon Hooker's been looking good in the preseason for the Lions.
Oh yeah, he's been dicing it up for sure.
So yeah, the Lions got themselves a nice little QB2 right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, if Goff goes down, yeah, I think Hendon Hooker's the guy, but we'll see. We'll see. He could potentially be like C.J. Stroud and just come in and blow everything up. You know,
Awesome.
in a good way. In a good way. Okay, some other news to drop for you guys. So, you probably don't know who this man is on the screen, but in case you don't, he is actually Cooper Witten, the son of legendary Tennessee tight end Jason Witten. And he has recently received an offer from Tennessee. He's a member of the 2027 class, by the way, and it's already listed as a 5-star. So, yeah, a 5-star safety. So if we end up getting him, yeah, and we very well could. I don't imagine that. I mean, I imagine that we'll be favorites up until he commits.
Bro, how old is he? Like 15 or 16?
Well, if he's in the 2027 class, then yeah, probably.
Bro, why is he jacked?
Probably because he works out. I don't know. They focus on strength and conditioning in the high school he works at.
Bro. Makes me feel ashamed of myself.
Don't be. That's what he's good at. We as fans, our job is to talk about it. He shows it. That's what we do.
Yeah.
More than likely, he could throw both of us out a window if he wanted to.
He could. but bro, if we somehow don't land him, especially since his dad, of course, was a VFL, I'm gonna be actually kind of upset, man.
Well, I mean, Arch Manning went to Texas, so you don't really know what's going to happen. But I'd imagine we'd be one of the favorites.
Yeah, but Arch Manning, his dad was Cooper Manning.
Oh, whoa.
Literally the lesser of the Mannings.
Right. Okay. Now, that's an insult. I would take that as an insult. What's wrong with you? Come on now. There are no bad Mannings.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, but is he as good as Peyton or Eli?
He was actually really good in high school, apparently. He just had, he was gone, he had arrived at Ole Miss, but he had to retire because of spinal stenosis.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to shit on him too much. It's not his fault he retired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he couldn't help that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas. What's wrong with you? But yeah, anyway, that's the news from him. So hopefully we've got another great safety coming to Tennessee up in the distant future. A lot of time from now until then. Up next on the list, of course, this is right here, the official Tennessee depth chart that recently dropped today. And, well, there's a lot of oars on the list. A lot of oars.
Yeah, you could row so many boats with all those oars, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much everywhere you look, there's an oar or an oar 2 or 3 or 4, or in the case of running back, 5. There are 5 oars. So Dylan Sampson, Cameron Seldon, Peyton Lewis, the list goes on. Even with James Pierce Jr., there's an oar next to him. In fact, there's 3 of them. So, either this is Josh Heupel is just really indecisive, or we are absolutely loaded in depth.
Honestly, I think it's the second option. You can call me a sunshine pumper all you want, but I think it's the second option. Because we've been recruiting well on every single position as of late.
We're definitely going to find out because like every single team, it's impossible to go full college football season without having some injuries or, players sitting out. And, with that being said, we're going to see some players sitting out. Some of these players sitting in the second or third string, they're going to get some playing time, more than likely in some of the bigger games of the year. So, with that being said, we're going to find out if Tennessee is just that loaded in depth, or if it's just that Josh Heupel is just a really indecisive coach. We're going to find out. But yeah, like you said, I think we've got some depth for sure. All right, well, that's the football news for this week, other than, of course, the games we get to talk about. We do have a funny little thing to drop here in terms of baseball news. We do have one thing about that, and that is, of course, about the man, Mr. Tony Vitello. And if that doesn't give it away, then, well, I'll tell you. Tony Vitello has signed a 5-year contract extension with Tennessee that will pay him $3 million annually. To put this into comparison, that's being paid more than 18 MLB managers. So, yes, at this point, Tony Vitello is one of the top head coaches in college baseball. I think we can all agree on that note.
Yeah, I think right now he is the best in college baseball. And what sucks right now is that, of course, Tim Corbin has a contract with Vanderbilt, which will automatically make him the highest paid coach in college baseball. So even if we try to make Tony Vitello the highest paid coach, we can't because of Tim Corbin's contract with Vandy.
Right, but in fairness, we're buying what he's worth.
Yeah.
So,
What if we just come out and offer Tony Vitello $100 million? Vandy would be so pissed off.
Congratulations to Tim Corbin on the new contract.
Yeah, right. Julio, speaking of which, it's about time for you to change that profile picture. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
It's about to be September, so.
Yeah,
you probably need to change your PFP back to that, the Nico Iamaleava Roman Reigns thing.
Yeah, that too.
I'll probably do that. I just gotta find it.
Acknowledge your tribal chief, Nico.
Mm-hmm. What he said.
Wait, I thought DJ was gonna be the tribal chief.
What? Oh,
DJU.
No.
DJ Uabamalole?
You bum.
Dang.
DJ, you need to get a job, Malole?
Did you see the video? I hate to dunk on him even more, but did you see his NIL commercial or advertisement he did on Twitter for Circle K? I don't know if you should look it up. It is the funniest thing ever. Someone said he looks like he's about to sell me a used car.
Dang. That's brutal. Yeah.
DJ, you suck major dongle away.
No,
Yeah,
but seriously, look that up. Look up the Circle K thing. It's one of the funniest things because he's like, "Yeah, I'm at my favorite gas station, Circle K," and someone's like, "No one's ever said that ever."
Good grief. Okay, then, well, yeah, we're about to jump into that. I don't think there's anything else to discuss, actually. So, yeah, that's all there is to it. So let's talk about it, guys. What happened?
Florida State cinnamon rolls. What happened?
He actually did one for Florida State, which I found to be very hilarious. But yeah, no, I think this is absolutely what I'd call poetic justice, because Florida State, throughout the entirety of the offseason, for 9 months now, has been crying and complaining and making themselves the biggest victims in college football history about where we had third stringers in the Orange Bowl, where all of our players left, where ESPN, where SEC bias,
Where
the Kirk Herbstreit did it. It's all his fault. Then it came, all came to the top when during College Game Day they were booing Kirk Herbstreit and ESPN and the whole ordeal during College Game Day. Everything that led up to that game-winning field goal by Georgia Tech, it pretty much led up all the way to that poetic justice moment right there that Georgia Tech had. So shout out to the Yellow Jackets, and Okay, before the rest of you guys say what you need to say, because I know you have words. Lucas, it's on you, buddy. You told us last week you were going to sing the song. Let's hear it.
Not gonna lie, I thought you wanted me to save it till the end.
No,
But
do it now.
do it now. All right, baby, let's go. Georgia Tech fans, although I'm pretty sure there's not any watching right now, but Georgia Tech fans, if you're somewhere around here, this is for you. You guys earn this. All right. I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. A hell of an engineer. I drink to all the good fellows, I drink their whiskey clear. I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. Hey, or what else? Oh, if I had a daughter, sir, I'd dress her in white and gold. I'd put her on the campus to cheer the brave and bold. But if I had a son, sir, I'd tell you what he'd do. He would yell to hell with Georgia like his daddy used to do. Oh, if I had a barrel of rum and a sugar 3,000 pounds, a college bell to put it in and a clapper to steer it round. I drink to all the good fellows who drink their whiskey clear. I'm a rambling, gambling, hell of an engineer. Hey, go Jackets. Go Jackets. Go Jackets. Go Jackets. Fight. Win. Please don't tell me you clipped that. You're gonna post that on your channel.
He's gonna put it as a short.
Yeah. Welcome to Squidtard Shorts.
Oh God.
Yeah, enjoy that.
At least,
I hope you all got some entertainment with that.
At least put in a good one, man. I paused there for a second.
Yeah. Andrew, I tuned in right as Lucas was singing the Georgia Tech fight song. Yeah, you tuned in at a great time. Great time.
Ramblin' Wreck, I don't care. Besides Rocky Top, I think Ramblin' Wreck is the second best fight song in college football.
Yeah, you must have known they were going to win. Otherwise, I bet you wouldn't have even said you were going to sing it.
Yeah, that's why I picked Florida State, honestly. I picked Florida State because I wanted there to be like a good outcome either way.
Speaking of which, yeah, no, I was the only one that picked Georgia Tech to win. Huh, that's funny.
I don't even remember what I said. I think I said
Florida
I
State.
wouldn't be shocked if they won.
You
'Cause I thought
said
Frankie was
that in a couple of years, Georgia Tech would be able to win this game, but for right now, they don't have the talent capable of doing it.
Well, I didn't think they did. So
let's be honest here. Florida State, they do have the more talented roster on paper, but if you guys didn't watch Uncle Lou's Your Season Is Over video, I actually agree with them on why Georgia Tech beat Florida State. And there's two reasons why Georgia Tech won.
I think Brent Key is just a lot better coach than what I thought.
Yep, that's one of the reasons. Brent Key is a better head coach.
They got outcoached.
Norvell. Brent Key outcoached Mike Norvell. And then the other reason is that Georgia Tech is actually a team. They worked together as a team. Whereas Florida State is just a group of individuals.
Though they're paid mercenaries, just like they were last year. The entire team is filled with super senior transfers. So, I think of it this way. And Colorado's going to find this out sooner or later. When you're a team of paid mercenaries and you don't get your money's worth, you know what they do? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're tapped out for the rest of the season. See ya. We're going to go somewhere else. That's exactly what they did. So, yeah, no, they don't have a team. They built their entire team out of transfers and one-year rentals. This is exactly what happened. So, yeah, no, it's not a surprise to me that Georgia Tech was well more unified and well more coached than Florida State, because the entire time, Florida State just looked out of sync as compared to Georgia Tech, who all the players knew where they needed to be, everything like that. As compared to Florida State, no, they didn't have that. And, well, I mean, both teams caught breaks because Florida State had several fumbles that could have been recovered by FSU, but Florida State also, on the same drive, converted 2 4th and 8. So,
Yeah.
granted, yeah.
I will say this though, but I knew they were gonna win, and I'll tell you when I knew they were gonna win. Whenever they just started just pounding the rock and just
Hmm.
practically just running it down their throat, I was like, because I knew Brett Key was a Brent Key. Sorry, couldn't speak. Brent Key was a former offensive line coach at Alabama and some other places. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, they're gonna win this game. I was like, they're
Hmm.
more likely gonna win it
Yeah.
because Florida State can't stop this. And I was like, Norvell's an okay coach, but he has to have more talent than the other person.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Georgia Tech, they are going to be a dangerous running team this year. I
Oh
can
yeah.
tell you that for sure.
Well, let this be known: Georgia Tech right now under the Brent Key era is 5-0 against ranked teams in the ACC. So take from that what you will. I think it should be known by now that Georgia Tech is a formidable force in the conference this year. And though I don't think they're making the playoffs or winning the ACC or anything
No.
like that, they're still a legitimate force and could give quite a few teams some trouble.
If they keep this recruiting up that they keep having, then maybe they can make the
Oh yeah, in the
playoffs.
future, yeah, no, they could be a very formidable force.
Because I don't want to jump the gun a little bit too early, but I really think Georgia Tech has found their guy in Brent Key.
Hmm. Yeah, and like I said, this Georgia Tech team way better off than before, and as long as they don't have another collapse like against Bowling Green or something, they should be a really really good team in
Yeah.
2024. And it does.
Even if
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that if Brent Key somehow doesn't work out, at least he will be known. He will actually still have a little bit of success at Georgia Tech, and like at least to leave knowing that he's stabilized the program.
Hmm. And I do think this game speaks a lot of truth to how much Georgia Tech has improved as a team. But I also think this speaks some truth to how much Florida State's going to fall off in 2024. I called this during the offseason. I said, I've told you guys plenty of times, I think Florida State, this will not be their last loss of the 2024 season. I think they're going to take quite a few more. Don't forget, they still have to play Clemson, Notre Dame, at Miami, and Florida. And I think they're
They're
losing three out of the four of those.
Yeah, they're losing three of those. So,
Hmm.
what best case scenario now for Florida State 8-4?
More than likely, more than likely. This is what happens when you buy a team full of 1 year rentals. It doesn't work. It never has, never will. Colorado will find this out along with Florida State. But let it be known that strategy will not work. You have to recruit.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they haven't been doing that. Florida State has got, I think, the worst class in the state of Florida. They're ranked like in the 60s, so they're in a world of hurt. Very, very big world of hurt. They've got to revolutionize how they do their work their program. Otherwise, they could end up in another Jimbo Fisher to Willie Taggart era.
yeah.
So yeah, they got a lot of work to do.
All right.
Julio, what are your thoughts?
I agree with what y'all just said. I don't really have anything to add. If I did, I would have spoke.
Fair enough. Can't argue with
But,
that.
but yeah, Florida State, just because they lost that game, they're going to sue Georgia Tech for beating them. They're going to sue Ireland. Uh, Notre Dame just for beating the Fighting Irish. They're going to sue Seamus.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Because
They're
he
going
was
to
the only one that picked Georgia Tech
Yeah, they're going to sue O'Reilly Auto Parts.
and Pet Boys.
Yeah, they're going to
No, I think he was just listing up Irish stuff that sounds Irish.
Yeah. Also gonna sue Pokemon Go
Wait,
What
wait,
what
Pokemon Go's
what
not
relevance
Irish.
does that have?
because Pokemon Go is like a Georgia Tech thing. Because Georgia Tech nerds like to play Pokemon.
Well, so is Pet Boys. I don't like that comparison.
I thought you were gonna say they're gonna sue Guinness because Ireland.
Also sue the whole entire city of Atlanta. But yeah, you want to move on to a different game, like I don't know, SMU Nevada.
Yeah, we won't have enough time in the show to talk about all these games, but for a second, yeah, we can talk about the SMU Nevada game. It was a really, I mean, it is a really good game. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah.
All the games were good.
Right. It was a good game.
And man, it would have been the biggest upset of the week, bigger than Georgia Tech over Florida State if Nevada would have pulled it off.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I mean, it actually would have. And also, I've already heard of comments saying, "Oh my gosh, it's Nevada, not Nevada. What are you even talking about?" Like, thanks for your grammatical referencing. Yeah, this is a grammar show now. Okay, anyway, yeah, so yeah, great week 0. A lot of pretty fun games to watch. The Montana State comeback was really, really fun to watch too.
Yeah. Only complaint about week 0 was I wasn't able to watch the Hawaii game.
Right. Well, so what? It wasn't like you were missing out on much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Hawaii won. Yeah, they didn't cover the spread though.
You play a freaking game at midnight. This is exactly what happens. Literally, they kicked off at midnight. Who does that?
I'm
Wait,
pretty
who
sure it's
kicked
like
off at midnight?
Hawaii.
Wait, tonight or
No.
Saturday?
Saturday.
But technically,
But,
it was
I
Sunday.
totally forgot about it.
Yeah, midnight. Well, midnight here. I think it was actually 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. in Hawaii during the time.
Right. Point being, though, yeah, nobody was up watching that because it was so ridiculously late at night.
Well, I mean, I was up. I was just playing a video game because I forgot about it.
Oh, well, aren't you special?
You want a cookie?
No, I was just saying I was up.
I'd want a cookie. I'd like that.
I
Anyway,
want.
we're already 30 minutes into the show, so we've got to talk about some of these Week 1 games, including our Tennessee Vols and their debut. So let's go ahead and roll into some of these Week 1 games. We're not going to touch on all of them. That would take way too much time.
If we don't cover Colorado, not North Dakota
State, we're going to talk
I'm
about that one. Yeah, we're going to talk about
Thank
that one.
you.
Relax. Okay, you guys ready? Let's get into
Yes,
it,
sir.
shall we? Okay, so move that out of the way, and then share screen so that these peoples can see it. Booyah. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to start out with North Carolina and Minnesota. North Carolina, a 2-point favorite on the... it is in Minnesota. Huntington Bank Stadium, yeah. So who do y'all have winning this one?
I just don't know about Minnesota, man. They're usually they're usually an up and down team every single year. I mean, I like PJ Fleck. I like him as a coach. I think he's a great motivator and everything. But North Carolina as the favorites on the road, and plus I think North Carolina, I think they're just a better team than Minnesota, even though, of course, they lose Drake May. They lose some other pieces on that team. I think North Carolina will be able to replace some of those guys. So I'm going to go North Carolina.
Seems like the right choice. Julio, what about you?
Same thing, North Carolina.
Yeah. I think North Carolina's offense overwhelms Minnesota, and eventually I think they pull away. So give me North Carolina as well. All right, North Dakota State and Colorado. Lucas, I'll let you start out since you were so wanting to cover this one.
Colorado actually went up by a point. Last time I saw, Colorado was only a 9-point favorite.
Oh, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, but man, all I gotta say is Colorado, they might win this game, and they probably should win this game because it's against an FCS team. But Colorado fans have been talking all that smack the entire offseason about how North Dakota State ain't no good and everything. Do you not think North Dakota State, not just the players, but the coaches have not been seeing these posts? Yep. North Dakota State, they're going to want to come in there and prove you guys wrong. And they've beaten FBS teams in the past. They actually have a winning record against FBS teams. So, you know what? I don't care. I'm taking the upset. Give me North Dakota State in the Bison, baby.
Wow. All right. So as much as I would say it would be really funny if they won, like it would be it would be a Florida State level poetic justice type ordeal if they won this game. But Colorado, last year they were a really good team, and as the injuries started to pile up, they started to fall apart. I think we could end up seeing exactly that same thing this year. Colorado doesn't have the depth to be a good team down the stretch. But at the start of the season, everybody's going to be ready for this game. They still got some pretty good playmakers. I think Colorado wins. As funny as it would be to see them lose, I don't think they're going to. I think Colorado is going to get the dub here. Julio, it's on you.
God. I think Colorado wins, but I think it's by like a couple points.
So you think it's
just
really
like
close.
maybe like it's going to be a close game, I think.
That's fair. Can't argue with that. Okay, on to let's see. So we're just going like past a lot of these games because most of them are more than likely going to be blowouts, or there could be a potential. Right here, this could be a potential really good one. TCU and Stanford. TCU a 9.5-point favorite. Stanford, of course, one of the worst Power 5 teams last season. This is your transition into the ACC. Can they show that ACC pride, or will TCU win the game? I'll go first. So this is 10:30 at night. TCU having to go on the road into Stanford. This is a really tough one to call because I don't know much about either of these teams.
Me neither.
It's a road matchup, though.
I'm pretty sure. Don't Stanford have some really good receiver?
Yeah, they do.
Ayo Manure, or that's his name. Alec Ayo Manure or something.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Stanford, and I'm going to say they get the upset and get the victory over TCU. What do y'all think?
I think I'll take Stanford.
Nah, I'm gonna take TCU. I'm not a big believer in the tree.
Ooh, okay. So Julio, who'd you take?
I took Stanford.
Gotcha. Okay, then. Well, that's that one for you. All right, on to Saturday. So this is the big slate of games. We're going to start out with this one. Clemson and Georgia. Man, a lot of hype on this one. Georgia, 13.5-point favorite against the Tigers. Recently came announced that Dabo Swinney won't be answering any calls from any more fans. So not that that has any relevance in this game, but just a funny little factoid I'd present. But anyway, Georgia's going to be the clear favorite in this one. Do y'all think the Bulldogs come out on top, or will Clemson get the upset?
Yeah, I think Georgia wins. I would love to see Clemson upset Georgia, but I don't think they will.
All right.
I think that Clemson shouldn't even show up. I think it's going to be a blowout. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, you think Georgia's going to go 7-5 too?
No. Did you not hear us say? I said I think that Georgia's going to win. I don't think Clemson should show up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I'm saying that. I'm saying they're going to blow them out just because I don't want it to happen.
Oh, I was looking too deep into it. I thought there was some deep level of humor into that, like a huge, super big inside joke I wasn't understanding.
No, it's not. It's just I'm just trying to do the reverse jinx of we shouldn't even show up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case, I agree with you. I think Georgia absolutely crushes Clemson. Just completely annihilates them in every single way, which shape and form. Probably beats them 100-0. And it's not even going to be close. It's going to be over by the time they say go.
Yeah, hopefully Georgia somehow makes Dabo retire for beating them so bad.
Yeah, right. Okay, somebody's screaming in the back, so I'm going to go handle that. In the meantime, why don't you guys... there's Penn State and West Virginia. Penn State an 8.5-point favorite against West Virginia. Y'all give me your thoughts on who's going to win that game, or at least give the people your thoughts. I'll be right back.
while Squidtard's gone, I'm gonna take Penn State.
Yeah, I'm taking Penn State.
Drill R, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think West Virginia's a good team. I think it'll maybe be a somewhat close game, but I think Penn State pulls away at the end.
Yeah, West Virginia, they're definitely a team on the rise, but I don't think they're there just yet. All right, next game, Illinois State versus Iowa. I'm definitely taking Illinois State. How about you, Julio?
Now, I'm taking Iowa, but I think it's going to be like 7-6. Iowa wins.
Iowa wins 7-6 over Illinois State.
Okay, so I guess y'all went ahead and finished up the Penn State West Virginia game.
Yeah,
I mean, we were joking. I said that Iowa was going to win 7-6 over Illinois State.
Oh, yeah, that's bold. That's bold.
Hey, I said they were going to win. I mean, that sounds like an Iowa type win, don't it?
That is literally an Iowa type win, but I think it's going to be something more along the lines of 15-5. Just an absolutely insane score that nobody's ever seen before. Iowa's my... Out of anybody to commit scoreagami in college football, Iowa would be the team to do it.
Yeah. Final score 14-3, but all of Iowa's points came from 7 safeties.
I'd believe it. But yeah, no, you got both of you guys pick Penn State. I'm going to agree with you. I do think West Virginia is going to be a sneaky good team in college football. I have them ranked as a top 25 team, actually, my preseason rankings. But yeah, no, I still think Penn State's a really good team. I think they get the dub in that matchup. All right, ooh, how about this one right here? Virginia Tech on the road going to the Nashville construction site to play the Vanderbilt Commodores. Who y'all got?
Virginia Tech. Vanderbilt fans have actually been saying how they're going to beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is a team on the rise. Vanderbilt is not.
Yep. The only fan I've ever listened to from Vandy say that they're going to beat Virginia Tech is also the same person that said they're going to beat Missouri as well. So, yeah, give me Virginia Tech. I feel like that it's also the same person that made this infamous clip.
Vandy is going to be at least 6-1.
So, yeah, no, give me Virginia Tech. All right, on to the next. We're going to scroll down here, scroll past some of these other games, blah, blah, blah. We'll come back to that one, don't you worry.
Oh, South Dakota State, Oklahoma State.
I mean, yeah, I'm well convinced Oklahoma State's winning that one. I do think South Dakota State's a pretty good FCS team, but I don't think they have any business competing with Oklahoma State.
They're the 2-time straight national champions, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm saying they're a good, formidable opponent. Yeah. But they still don't have any business competing with a top-ranked Power 5 team. They just don't.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is you got to keep in mind Mike Gundy. He has a very weird track record when it comes to games like that.
Yeah, remember he lost to Central Michigan.
Yeah, and South Alabama, but still though. I'm not going to bank on that being the case. Unless if you guys want to be my guest, you know?
Oh, no, I'm not. But no,
yeah. Yeah, right. Okay, then. Well, let's go on to the next. Here we go. This is a huge one right here. 3:30 p.m. on ABC. Number 19 Miami traveling on the road into Gainesville, Florida to play against the Florida Gators. This is a huge matchup. This is kind of the talk that everybody's been talking about. A lot of people think that this game will tell the trajectory of both teams' seasons, especially Florida, who desperately needs a win like this in order to make a bowl in most people's eyes. So I have made my prediction clear about this game. I am picking the Florida Gators because it's a home game for them. I think Florida is a very, very, really, really good team at home. On top of that, I think a lot of people are underrating Florida just because they see a bunch of logos and ranked teams and they're like, uh-oh, here's a game Florida's losing and here's another one and here's another one and here's another one. And so they look at that and they're like, oh, Florida's going to be terrible this year. But I know better than to think that. And on top of that, Florida has been a team, like think of Utah back in 2022. Utah comes in as a top-ranked team. They're number 7 in the nation. They lose to Florida at the start of the year, but also go back to win the Big 12. And in most people's eyes, Miami is a favorite to win the ACC. All that to say, I think Florida is heavily underrated in this game, so give me the Gators to win. All right, it's on you guys.
All right. I want to pick Miami to win because, of course, I'm a Tennessee fan. I hate Florida. And I do think going into the season, Miami, it should be a better team than Florida, but it is on the road.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm just going to try to pull the reverse jinx. Give me Florida.
Uh-huh. All right. Julio, it's on you.
I'm just gonna be a hater and say, give me Miami.
Not much else to it then.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
I guess that's it. Okay. That's what Julio thinks.
Yeah, I'm just picking Florida to try to pull a reverse jinx.
Right, fair enough. Okay, on to the
No, skip that. Skip.
Oh yeah, 27.5 underdog. You already know. You already know what time it is.
Nebraska.
Touchdown, UTEP!
I can't play the rest
Nebraska,
because it's copyrighted. And then yeah, I don't want this to get taken. Well, it won't get taken down or anything, but still, I don't want to play the rest. All right, so yeah, we can just skip that one, I guess. Blah 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 blah. I mean, yeah, most of these games I'd imagine are going to be blowouts. Many of them could be close, but they aren't worth really talking about all that much. Alabama, Western Kentucky, Ole Miss, Furman. Let's see. See what I mean? It's just game after game. Here we go. All right. 7:30 p.m. Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Kyle Field and College Station. Texas A&M a 3-point favorite in this matchup. Yes, you heard that right. Texas A&M is a 3-point favorite.
Wow.
So, of course, I consider home field advantage in the spread to be a 3-point difference. So if this were a neutral site, that means, in my opinion, this game would be it would be tied. There would be no spread. The spread would be even. So that's what I think about that. Anyway, both of these teams are ranked. Texas A&M, you already know they have a really good home field advantage, and they have a lot of momentum with Mike Elko as their head coach. But Notre Dame under Marcus Freeman had some ups and downs, and I already know what people think of Notre Dame. Every single year, they're always a top 10 team. They're always going to be preseason top 10, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, with all that being said, my prediction on this game was that Texas A&M was going to win. For a lot of the same reasons, I picked Florida to win. They're kind of a heavy underdog in this matchup, at least in some people's eyes. Not in the spread. They are the favorite. But I think they've got a lot of really good guys I think could really give Notre Dame a lot of trouble. And I do think Mike Elko was a home run hire for A&M. So, yes, I think A&M just barely gets by on this one and gets the dub. What do y'all think?
I don't know, man. I've been basically this whole off season. I know Sifs, he thinks that Notre Dame is highly overrated, which I think is an insane statement to make, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Notre Dame is perfectly rated where they are. I am high on Notre Dame this year. And I don't think they're going to win the national championship or anything, but they should make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. I think Notre Dame wins. I think it'll be I don't know. Wait, is this at A&M? Is this at Kyle Field?
Yes.
Oh wait, no. Then I take A&M by like a field goal. Sorry.
Oh, then I guess I'm going to be the only one who takes Notre Dame.
Wow, I guess
The
so.
only reason I take it is just because of Kyle Field, and Notre Dame usually don't play too good on the road.
Right.
Well, Notre Dame, I believe in you. Don't let me down.
Okay, then. Well, you heard from him. We'll see how that goes. There's Fresno State and Michigan, which most people think that Michigan's going to win that pretty easily.
Fresno State.
I don't think Michigan should show up. We know who the true powerhouse is.
Hey, last time Fresno State played a Big Ten team, they won.
But that was friggin' Purdue. But yeah. Oh, Georgia State and Georgia Tech. Ooh, scary.
Georgia State.
Florida State's pooping in their they're shivering in their timbers right now. They're already 0-2 against Georgia in the last 2 games. So if they play Georgia State, ooh, big yikes.
Is there any potential like Group of 5 over Power 4 upsets?
No, I mean, like, there's always potential Power 5 over Group of 5 upsets. I just never see them on here. They're always a random team beating a Power 5 team that nobody expects.
Oh yeah, how about that? Wyoming, Arizona State. That's a potential upset right there.
Actually, yeah, you're right about that. That very well could be. Wyoming did beat Texas Tech last season to start out the year, so I could see it for sure.
Well, yeah, Wyoming's usually a pretty solid Group of 5 team every year.
Yeah, keep in mind that spread 6.5 right there. If Arizona State wins by a touchdown, they cover that spread. So that's going to be, if you're a gambler, pay attention to that one. And then we got 2 more here of worth. USC and LSU. Both of these teams are ranked in the preseason. It's a Sunday matchup. LSU has had a very, very bad track record in opening games. They lost, of course, the last year against Florida State. They did it again the year before that. Lost to UCLA the year before that. Lost to Mississippi State the year before that. The last time they won a season opener was in their 2019 Joe Burrow season. So, yeah. I think it's said that they have had a very, very bad track record in opening games. They got USC in the Vegas Kickoff Classic, though. Lincoln Riley got a lot of questions to answer. Of course, Miller Moss probably the starter against Garrett Nussmeier. This is going to be This could be a game where 200 points are scored. So, yeah, going to be a fun one to watch, I think. But who do y'all have winning?
Well, in this game, I would think that USC basically has the home field advantage because Vegas is closer to California.
Right.
It's just going to come down to who has the better defense.
Well, if that's same thing with me, and I think I would trust Brian Kelly calling a defense more than Lincoln Riley. So,
well, LSU did. You go ahead. Oh,
so
okay,
I would take LSU. That's just me, though. That's who I'm taking.
Okay. Lucas, have you made your pick?
Honestly, I don't remember who I picked on like the last episode between USC and LSU.
I'd imagine you picked LSU because I did.
I think Sifs did as well.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like LSU all across the board, though.
Right. Well, it might have to be because I picked LSU, and if you picked LSU, that's all there is to it. Because I think LSU wins. They hired a new defensive coordinator, the guy from Missouri, while they had their ups and downs on defense, I think it'll be much of a big step forward from whatever that guy's name was, Matt House or whatever. Yeah, I think that would be a step forward for them. And while I do think USC's defense will improve as well, I think LSU will see the bigger strides on the defensive side of the ball. Now, their offense, that is a big question. How good is their offense going to be? That's kind of the bigger question, I think. But I'm going to stick with LSU and say that they win in a close matchup, like Andrew, the textbook said. Lucas? Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to take LSU as well. I think I probably did pick them in our prediction.
Probably, yeah.
So I'll take LSU.
Alrighty then. And then that leaves us with our Monday matchup. Monday, September 2nd, Boston College against the previously defeated Florida State Seminoles. Do y'all think Florida State bounces back at home against Boston College, or does Boston College beat them and put Florida
Wait,
State
is this in Tallahassee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, someone said it was in Chestnut Hill.
That someone was wrong.
Not gonna lie, if it was actually at Boston College, especially after Florida State taking an L, then maybe I would have considered taking the upset.
Oh boy.
But since it's at home, I think Florida State wins this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Florida State. Florida State might be poopy, but Boston College is a different level of poopy.
Yeah, reminder that Bill O'Brien is the new Boston College head coach. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they take a step forward this season. We're bound to find
Well,
out.
well, here's the other thing. Thank God he can trade players in college.
Can't argue with that.
Arizona Cardinals still thanking him to this day.
Right.
He'd be trying. He would be trying to. He was trying to. I heard he was trying to trade Bryce Young for a bag of Lay's at Alabama.
Very well could have been possible. But yeah, give me Florida State, and I think y'all are in agreement with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Florida State.
Yeah, if it was at Boston College, though, I wouldn't guarantee take Boston College, but I'd at least consider it.
Alrighty then. Well, that leaves us with one more game on the table, and you already know who that game is, or what that game is. It is, of course, Tennessee versus Chattanooga. The Tennessee Volunteers starting out the season at a tune-up game against the Chattanooga Mocs. I think in my mind, we're all expecting the Vols to win this game. Wish me luck. I'm currently trying to get tickets for the game. Student tickets, and if I manage to get them, that means we'll be able to go in a group. That would be really fun. But yeah, we'll find out later in the week. But yeah, anyway, Tennessee a heavy favorite against the Mocs. There's no spread for this one. Shocker, I know. Yeah, nobody really cares to really make one, and I can't blame them for it. But yeah, no, Chattanooga it's no surprise that Tennessee's a heavy favorite. We're probably going to see a lot of different players in this game. We're going to get some Nico Iamaleava action and a whole lot more. I guess you guys, what's your take?
And I think, of course, Tennessee wins. I think it's pretty handedly. And say, yeah, I was kind of memeing earlier.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you want? Like the prediction of what the score is going to be?
Might as well do score prediction since,
Sure.
Let's be honest, Tennessee's already going to win. So
Yes, you're right about that. Let's hear it.
Let's see. I think I'll go 45 to I don't know, like 10 to about somewhere between 10 to 17.
45,
somewhere in there.
45
like well, let's see. Let's put like 45-13.
Okay, so Julio's is 45-13. Lucas, what's yours?
I'm going to go 69-0.
Yeah, hilarious. Is that really it?
Yeah.
Bold. Okay, then, I guess my score prediction, and not trying to be a funny man like Mr. Funny Man down here, I'm going to give my score prediction as 52-3. Tennessee on top.
Wait, you said 52 to what?
52-3.
Oh, I thought you said 30. I was like, God damn.
Oh, no. That sounds like that's a Derek Dooley defense. Come on now.
I thought you said 30 for a
Did Sal
second.
did Sal Sunseri come back to coach our defense? Come on.
Yeah, if we were to somehow give up 30 points to UT Chattanooga, then at that I would definitely be worried about the season already.
Right, yeah, no, right. You're definitely right about that one. Cannot argue with that. Oh, still got this on the screen. Okie dokie. Well, that is our predictions, and with it now being an hour overtime, we can go ahead and wrap up this show. So that is our official predictions on the game, and hopefully Tennessee comes out and blows out Chattanooga. I'm going to make a hate video, of course, on Friday and give my preview on Thursday, so y'all stay tuned for that.
I would imagine that's going to be a very short hate video.
Yeah, I'm not going to put too much thought into it. Or I may have to put a lot of thought into it since there won't be much to talk about.
Like, bro, what is there to crap on about Chattanooga?
Well,
like, come on. Even their own fans, which they're only like 3 of them, they already know they're bad.
Who lives in Chattanooga? That's one thing.
Just tell him Terrell Owens sucks. That's the only thing that's ever good to come out of there.
T Sizzle is overrated.
Yeah, just tell him Terrell Owens is overrated. There you go.
Okay, then. Well, that's a good one. So, really going over the comments real quick, just saying a final goodbye to the people in here before we wrap things up. Yeah, a little spooky. He says, "Go Big Orange." That's absolutely right. Andrew the Textbook, General Shadow, Traveling Fools, yo, 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 yo. Yeah. Oh, Andrew the Textbook says Nebraska isn't scoring 27 at all with Satterfield as their offensive coordinator. Hope you're right, because if they can't, then I hope UTEP scores 27. We'll see, though. Yeah, Tennessee gives up 30. Tim Banks is definitely on the hot seat. Yeah, no, he would be more on the hot. He'd be gone. Bye-bye.
There's zero chance we give up 30 points.
I'm not worried about that.
If he does that, I'm sorry, but if I was hypo, he'd be on the first. He'd get a first a LinkedIn link.
If you're any Power 5 coach and you let Chattanooga score 30 points on you, your next destination within the next week is McDonald's. That's bad.
Yeah, remember when Florida gave up over 40 points to Samford?
Yeah.
No, it was like 50. Did they win 70 to 52 against Samford?
I think it was closer than that. I think it was like 59 to 52. It was unbelievably stupid.
Yeah, and I remember in the SEC Shorts video after that, the Florida Gators fan was like, "Just so you all know, Samford's offense." Elite.
Yep. Oh, okay. And it looks like you were right. Florida did win 70 to 52. That game was just so forgettable that I kind of forgot about it. They play them this year though, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can. We'll see if Florida can maybe forget the sins of their past.
What would you do if they dropped another 50 burger on Florida?
Fire everybody at that point.
Then I guess Samford offense really is elite.
Or I guess they just really, really know how to play in Florida Stadium. I don't know. They might be onto something there. All right, then we got.
Oh, I was gonna say they shouldn't be cowards and actually go play at Samford.
Oh yeah, like Alabama did with South Florida. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Mizzou is going to play at UMass.
That is true. Okay, fellas. Well, that's going to wrap up today's show. Got any finalizing words for the people as we progress into the first week of college football?
Nope. Just go Vols and go Rice, and also R.I.P. Psycho Sid. He passed away today. Don't know if any of y'all are wrestling fans. But he passed away a couple hours ago. So R.I.P. to him, and that's it.
All right. Lucas, what are your words?
Go Vols, go beat Chattanooga, and then go Central Michigan, beat Central Connecticut.
Ooh. We'll see. All right, fellas. Well, first of all, yes, picks up. Go UTEP. Hopefully they get the drop on Nebraska. Yeah, we got a hater over here already. So
UTEP ain't beating Nebraska.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. Big old hater. But more importantly, for the sake of this show, go Vols. It is game day. Well, it is game time in Tennessee, not game day yet. That's in 5 days from now. But it is football time in Tennessee, and in 5 days from now, we're going to put the whooping of an absolute lifetime on the Chattanooga Mocs. So until then, and until the next time we meet up next Monday, where hopefully Mr. Sifs will be here, we'll see you guys in the next show. We'll get the ability to talk about NC State, who's getting their whooping right after Chattanooga. But until then, see you guys next time. And as always, power to Tardaria and go Vols!